We have so many treasures here. This is one of 2 locations where we store our collections. And there are hundreds and thousands of stories that are part of this. And this example of this exhibit and this topic is one of those that was discovered recently by our curator this evening, Rebecca Crowther, who is an assistant archivist here. She came across the images from the Sacramento Bee and didn't know what it was. It just said communists on it, didn't it? And communist trial. What is that? There's a communist trial in Sacramento. And so she took it upon herself to do the original research for this and to go through all the newspapers that we have here and to learn all about that, and then also to find our speaker for this evening. And I think that because we're such a small staff, we all got to be a part of that, but she did the first-hand work. And it's such a wonderful experience for the staff here to learn about the things that we have. And it's a great job. I get told all the time, I meet people in the city and I always get introduced as, you have the best job in the city. And in some ways I think I do, but I also think that my whole staff has wonderful jobs, that we get to work here and be part of history collections. And I would like the staff to stand up so that if you have any questions afterwards, anybody in the staff can answer. This is Dylan, there's Bri at the door, Rebecca, Lisa, and Pat. I think you all met. She's in here. Say hi, Pat. And Heather. Where's Heather? Way in the back. And so if you have any questions of anybody, directions of any kind, they can all answer your questions at that. With that, I wanted to introduce Rebecca Crowther, who is our curator for this exhibit. And she is a graduate from Sacramento State, and she customized her degree just to make me happy, because it's my specialty, which is history of photography. And she didn't do that for me. And now she's gone back to school because she loves it so much to get a second master's from San Jose State University in library sciences. And so we are thrilled to have her as part of our staff. And I want to let her tell you a little bit about what she's been working on. Also, one other thing, we made a horrible mistake on our invitation. We spelled Kathy's name wrong, and I apologize profusely for that. There is no A in Olmsted. So if you want to look her up online, take the A out, okay? All right, Rebecca.
Okay. I'm totally going to read, and I apologize for doing that, but I'm a bit of a nervous speaker, so here it goes. Anyway, thank you all for being here this evening. Ordinarily, I'm not one for standing up in front of crowds and speaking, but as I look around the room tonight, I see the most amazing thing, and that is so many familiar faces. I realize that there's no need for me to be nervous because I'm amongst friends. For those of you that I haven't met yet, I'll tell you that I'm Rebecca Crowther, Assistant Archivist here at the Center for Sacramento History. And as Marcia mentioned, I'm also the curator of tonight's exhibit. I've been working on and doing research for this project for about 6 months now. Certainly putting plenty of hard work into it, but I'm by no means the only one to dedicate my efforts to tonight's event. Quickly, I wanted to acknowledge the individuals that have also made this evening possible. They're the exceptional people that I work alongside every day. I first wanted to thank Marcia Eymann for trusting in my ability to learn about tonight's subject and for trusting in my ability to interpret it all for you. I want to thank Patricia Johnson, head archivist, for being incredibly flexible lately. Pat and I normally work together in the reading room, assisting researchers, and she's taken up quite a bit of slack while I've concentrated on working on the exhibit. I want to acknowledge Dylan McDonald, Manuscripts Archivist, who has orchestrated all the logistics for tonight's event. He's taken care of press releases, ticket sales, and turning this space into a lecture room, and I truly appreciate that he's relieved me of all those duties. Brianna Ryan, I don't know where she is. There she is. Sorry, I'm messing your name up a little bit. Associate Curator, completed all the display cases that we see around us. Bri just amazes me. She's an incredible engineer when it comes to working. She can take simple materials and make beautiful things like these display cases, and her work is just incredible. I also want to thank Malin Picht for recording tonight's event, and intern Heather Downey for her incredible enthusiasm for learning. Lastly, I want to thank Lisa Prince, where she is, curator of history, for all that she has given to this project. Lisa has worked with me every step of the way through the research, concept, and display components of Red Menace. She selected all the original ephemeral materials for the display cases and curated the John Matthew exhibit that's toward the back there. I also want to thank Lisa for inspiring my thought processes. On a daily basis, she encourages me to become a more precise thinker and to become a better historian. Finally, I wanted to thank Dr. Kathryn Olmsted for collaborating with us this evening. The other day, as we were all tidying up last chores for the exhibit, we sat around a computer and listened to a live feed of Kathy speaking on Capital Public Radio, and we all found her talk really engaging, and I think that all of us in this room are going to learn quite a bit from her tonight. I'll wrap up now by saying that I would love to speak with anyone one-on-one if you want to know about my display decisions or discoveries that I've made. I've had the opportunity to learn some things about the individuals documented in the arrest photographs behind me. Tonight, their images sit within picture frames like works of art, but I've come to realize, however, that each was a very unique person. They had real lives and complex philosophies that all converged here in Sacramento when they were put through the collective experience of being on trial in 1935.